Hey everybody, it's Daniel here with Android Central, and we're here in beautiful Barcelona, Spain, showing off the Blackberry, wait for it, KEYone. That's right, the Blackberry Mercury is officially called the KEYone, and we're going to take a much closer look at it right now. So this is the hardware that we saw back at CES, but it is a little bit more final and feels a little bit more solid. So we'll take a look around the device. We have that 1620 by 1080 4.5 inch screen. That's 1080 equivalent, BlackBerry Mobile says, but it's got that interesting 3:2 aspect ratio. Of course, that's to accommodate the hardware keyboard, and we'll take a much closer look at that in a minute, but we'll go around the device. On the bottom, the USB Type-C port with the single speaker and microphone. On the right side, we have the volume rocker and this convenience key that we'll also go over in a sec, along with the SIM tray. On the left side is the power button that you won't need to use it as much because there is that fingerprint sensor that's gonna allow you to turn on the screen. On the top is a 3.5mm headphone jack, which is nice and appreciated. And there's this cool curved design that comes through the entire body of the phone, and it makes it a little bit distinctive. On the back, this really nice rubber finish, super BlackBerry. I mean, this is just classic BlackBerry look. It's a little bit fingerprinty, but it's easy to clean. And you have that 12 megapixel IMX378 sensor. This is the same sensor inside the Google Pixel, and even though it's not running the same chip, you can expect excellent results. You also have that dual LED flash. So we'll go back to the front and we'll look at this keyboard. Now this keyboard is fantastic. It's a little bit less shallow. It's much easier to click than the Priv, but it's also not as contoured as classic BlackBerry devices, and that's to make it easy to do gestures. So I can type as I always did. I can swipe back, and it's really responsive. And of course, with this keyboard, you can also program buttons to open different apps. So every single button has a single tap and a long tap. It definitely feels just as good and clicky as the BlackBerry keyboards of the past. And we're expecting a lot of people to be very, very happy with this. You have that symbol key here that brings up the on-screen buttons. But if you just want to type and let it predict, you can. So I'm just going to type a bunch of words, and you can swipe up anywhere on the keyboard. There are 3 zones, and like in previous BlackBerry devices, you swipe up and the predictive engine will hopefully choose the right words for you, and it'll learn as you go, which is really nice. So let's talk specs. Inside, we have a Snapdragon 625. Now, BlackBerry says that it could have included a really fast, modern chip like the 821 or even the 835, but the goal here is not to sell this device to enthusiasts looking for the latest and greatest specs. They're looking for people who want this phone to last a long time, 1 to 2 days of battery. And that's why they chose this very efficient Snapdragon 625 chip built on a 14 nanometer process. It's an octa-core chip. It's used in lots of other devices like the Moto Z Play, and it performs really well. I have no problem with it in here. There's also 3 gigs of RAM in here and 32 gigs of internal storage. Inside though, we have a 3500 milliamp hour battery. It's actually 3505, but let's just round down for a moment. This is gonna last you a long time, probably more than any BlackBerry device to date. And that's exactly what the company's going for, because they want this to be sold to government agencies, to to hospitals, and that's why they also have this great camera. You can see in the viewfinder here, BlackBerry's made some changes to the camera UI. It takes photos really, really fast, and it does a bunch of cool things. It has filters, obviously, it has slow-mo. There's even a pro mode if you want to go to that level. And you can change things like your shutter speed, your ISO, your white balance, your exposure. So that's the specs, but we also have BlackBerry software. This is, as I said, it's running Android 7.1.1, and BlackBerry Mobile is working with BlackBerry back in Canada to sign all of this software. So we have the security that you expect from a BlackBerry device, you have the performance, and you also have the apps like Hub that people have come to know and quite enjoy, in addition to the BlackBerry launcher and things like DTEC, which makes sure that you are secured. And it's going to be receiving monthly software updates. So that's one of the major advantages of running an Android phone on a BlackBerry device like this. So we can tell you this, it's going to cost about $550 when it's unveiled in Q2 in the US. It's going to be sold unlocked. It'll also be available on carriers in Canada. Think, around late March, early April. And this is going to be a phone that a lot of people are very, very interested in. Whether it sells well, whether it sells to the mainstream, the people who loved BlackBerry hardware keyboards, we'll see. But I'm pretty excited about it, and I know we all are here at Android Central. That's it for this quick look at the BlackBerry KEYone. Stay tuned for lots more at Mobile World Congress 2017. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and we will see you very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.